Today on Timescast, the Republicans take control of the House on Wednesday with a plan. In Pakistan, a political assassination underscores the fragility of the government. And the commander of the USS Enterprise is removed just days after sexually explicit videos are made public.
I congratulate Mr. Boehner on his victory, Mr. Cantor on his taking what a title that I really liked having. So.
Both the incoming and outgoing House majorities held off-camera briefings today, and it seemed to be a day of limbo in Congress, where you were either in the outgoing Democratic majority or the incoming Republican majority, but nobody was in the minority. In fact, the outgoing Democratic majority leader, Steny Hoyer, had to cut off one briefing with reporters as the incoming Republican majority leader, Eric Cantor, began his, and reporters started scurrying for the doors even as Mr. Hoyer hadn't finished speaking. It's an exciting week at the Capitol as the 112th Congress gets underway on Wednesday. There will be swearing-in ceremonies for dozens of new lawmakers. The Speaker's gavel will be turned over by Nancy Pelosi to John Boehner of Ohio. But the first substantive fight seems to be over health care, as Republicans say they are intent on repealing the big health care law pushed through by Democrats and President Obama in 2010. They're calling it a job-killing health care law that the public wants to see repealed. Democrats, meanwhile, are digging in their heels, focusing on jobs, the economy, and the deficit.
So to say we're going to repeal it is, just as has been said by my colleagues, is to do very serious violence to the national debt and deficit.
All in all, the days seem to offer a preview of the next 2 years in which the economy and jobs will be a huge issue. Democrats will largely be on the defensive, trying to protect some of their accomplishments of the last 2 years, while Republicans are on the offensive, saying they have a mandate from voters in November to take the country in an entirely new direction.
In Pakistan, a top politician is assassinated, putting more pressure on an already fragile government.
This is Kala Tagore. I'm in Islamabad, Pakistan. The governor of Punjab, which is the biggest province of Pakistan, was gunned down as he came out of a restaurant in the middle of the afternoon here right in the center of Islamabad. He'd been to the Senate in the morning and he'd seen the president, who is a close friend and political ally. And then he went to a restaurant, and it was when he came out of the restaurant, one of his own close protection commando bodyguards actually opened fire on him and killed him. He was dead before he arrived to the hospital. Local reporters who arrived at the scene while the bodyguard was still there was that he was remorseless and claimed responsibility immediately, gave himself up, and said he did it because of the governor's political efforts to remove or repeal blasphemy laws. They're very draconian blasphemy laws, according to Sharia law, Islamic law, that anyone who gives up the Islamic faith or anyone who blasphemes the faith is given capital punishment. So he and many liberals have been trying to amend the laws and repeal them. Salman Taseer, the governor of Punjab, was very vocal about his campaign to try and change these laws. He was a really larger-than-life figure, a brilliant politician, and very liberal, very progressive. It's a very dramatic shock killing. In fact, many people are saying for the Pakistan People's Party, which is the ruling party here, it's a terrible reminder of almost exactly 3 years ago, their leader Benazir Bhutto was killed in a terrorist attack.
The Navy has removed the commander of the USS Enterprise for his role in sexually explicit videos that were made on the ship.
This afternoon, the United States Navy officially relieved the captain of an aircraft carrier of his command after a series of sexually explicit and very coarse videos were made public over the weekend.
I'm here tonight with my SWO and aviator, alternate personalities. As usual, the admiral and the captain have no idea about the contents of the video or movie this evening, and they should not be held accountable in any judicial setting. Over the years, I've gotten several complaints about inappropriate material during these videos.
The videos were made in 2006 and 2007 and were meant only as in-house videos to be shown on ship to some 6,000 sailors and Marine while the aircraft carrier, the Enterprise, was deployed in support of the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. However, after the Virginian pilot in Norfolk, Virginia made the videos public, there was an outcry. The Navy took about 2 days to officially relieve the Captain Owen honors of his command. One of the big questions is why his superior officer on the ship at the time, the commanding officer, either did not know about the videos or did nothing about them.
Join us again tomorrow for Timescast.